Hey guys, welcome back to Jujus Oracle. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome if you're new. We're going to do a collective message. So I'm just going to roll the dice and see what Spirit wants to talk about. All right, we got the number 1. That's Aries energy, rising energy, or what is it called? Beside your rising. I can't think of the name. But first house energy, Cancer. So this is a reading for my Cancers. Hey Cancers. Or no, this is a collective reading. So this could be about the divine feminine. But I feel like I should do a reading for Cancers too. And then we got Saturn here. So this could be about lessons. All right. This could definitely be about lessons in regards to our sense of self. All right. It could be lessons about what we need to prioritize when it comes to our sense of self, what we need to protect when it comes to our sense of self, our emotions, especially with the Cancer energy. Definitely getting divine feminine energy again. All right. So, and this also could be about like life lessons, responsibilities, and karma. So it could definitely be about the divine feminine, what life lessons the divine feminine had to go through, or what karma the divine feminine had to pay collectively. I make way for miracles. Okay. Relationships are assignments. So I didn't get 7th house energy out here or anything about relationships. But again, like I said before, your 1st house is about you, all right? How you are perceived by others, okay? Yep, you are worthy. So this could definitely be about how you are perceived by others. Also how others are perceived by you. And maybe like restrictions around that with the worthiness being out here, or with, you know, energy of being worthy. So let's see, I'm going to use the Heal Yourself cards. Let's see. Spirit, please protect me and the collective as I channel this energy, as I channel these messages. Okay. Wowed. Yeah, definitely. Or no, this is sexuality. Number 4, Cancer energy again. So definitely energy about the divine feminine. Definitely could be about letting go of certain aspects or way of being in regards to sexuality. All right, this could be for divine feminines who have had to go through certain karmic cycles with their sexuality, learn certain karmic lessons with their sexuality, and it could be affecting your 1st house, or the way people see you, or the way you see yourself, your worthiness. What else, Spirit? You got healing at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely a message about healing cycles. Yep, what did I just say? So yeah, this could definitely be about karmic cycles with your sexuality. And we got alchemy 25. So I feel like there's been a lot of work, all right, for the divine feminine. and you can be a masculine watching this as well. This is just the divine feminine aspect within yourself, all right? Healing your sexuality, healing if you've been through any abuse, if you've been through, you know, just any type of subjugation, all right? I always talk about, you know, us being spiritual warriors. That is also included. Your body is your temple, and how you feel about your body is your temple. That's first house energy, Aries energy all day, all right? And depending on, you know, the level of subjugation that you've had to, or trauma that you've had to endure at any point in your life, that can you know, really restrict how you handle things emotionally with the Saturn and the Cancer coming out. And it can also restrict how you see yourself with the first house energy. And Aries rules the head. It rules, I believe it rules the head, but Aries is about you know, passion. All right, so it really goes into your passions, and that's why I said, you know, when your sexuality, when you have when you still need to heal certain things within your sexuality, you're more prone to be quote unquote loose with your sexuality. All right, and yeah, Aries rules clarity of self and new beginnings, springtime energy. So there could be new things that we are wanting to do in the collective, all right, especially with the making way for miracles energy, new relationships that you want to be in. With relationships are assignments, and so we're really balancing out, alchemizing, releasing, you know, whatever we've been hurting from in regards to sexuality, or lack of I'm really getting like imposter syndrome, lack of passion to go towards our goals because of imposter syndrome, because of the ways that we've been subjugated or taken advantage of, or whatever this is. All right, Spirit, so give me some more messages for the collective. You got trap, victim, allure, and trick. So yeah, you guys, this is definitely giving me, you know, just subjugation energy, exploitation, all right? But Spirit really wants us to get out of victim consciousness, and don't see sexuality as a trap, all right? Also as a divine feminine, I'm definitely learning this as well because of the traumas that I've been through. I'm really balancing out, you know, recognizing that, you know, sexuality is a part of everybody and everything, right? And before clothes and things like that were invented, everybody was naked, but it wasn't seen as such this big, you know, thing, and it wasn't, and people weren't always doing things from a lustful perspective also. So it's really society and how we have progressed in society due to how we have been programmed, and due to the powers that be that want us to be programmed into these lustful, low vibrational ways of being and thinking, that now, well, not now because I'm working on it like I just said, but have got me to this point, or to certain points in thought processes that were not necessarily for my highest and greatest good, while I thought that they were. And I might have said and done things, you know, towards others that, you know, really reflected how I thought at that time. I'm really learning that. So this could be something that you guys are doing as well, really learning or having a new perspective on sexuality, on, you know, just the things you wear, your own body, how you see the things you wear, how you see yourself. All right, because you could have been, you could have been restricting yourself from showing up in certain ways because you didn't want other people to perceive you a certain way, or you already had certain opinions or ideas about, you know, things of that nature, right? Like, oh, I don't want to wear crop tops after I become a mom because crop tops are, you know, too sexy or something like that. That's just an example, right? Which is a trick, which is putting you, it's your own self-imposed limitation. It's your own trap that you created for yourself, all right? And then this is also just about, you know, the ways in which people who try to, or have created victims out of us, you know, from abuse, trauma, okay? really changing your perspective on that and making way for miracles, making way for new ways of being and new ways of thinking to emerge for you, so that you can, alchemize this energy and get into new cycles where you can have relationships that are of a high vibration, and so that you can be authentic and vulnerable in your relationships. Because that's another thing too, when you have, to do sexual healing, when you have sexual healing to do, how you show up when you are making love and things like that, those things subconsciously, you have a lot of things that are going on in your mind that you may not even know about, right? There's a lot of fears and things like that. Natural disaster at the bottom of the deck: risk, frustration, and survive. So yeah, there could be a lot of frustration, and it could just be a risk for you to put yourself out there in certain ways, or for you to see yourself in certain ways, for you to think of yourself as sexy, or think of yourself as handsome, or think of yourself as whatever, okay? So what else for the collective, Spirit? What other messages do you have for the collective? You got care, parenthood, patron, and support. Perseverance, challenge, endurement, and resolution. So yeah, especially with the Cancer energy here, this is giving Cancer a little bit, but well, yeah, because Cancer rules the mother, all right, and Cancers are very supportive, nurturing, emotional, all right. But with this being here with cycles, it's really just about opening up your heart. Because again, like I said, Saturn is about lessons. It's about taking responsibility. It's about placing a lot of responsibility in whatever area that is there. So when it comes to cycles and support and all of those things, you want to really be, diligent on who you have to support you during these times, especially if you have this type of trauma, all right? Because this is really an energy to where you have to persevere through this. These are challenges, all right, that you have to endure, all right, and you're trying to find different resolutions. So you have to understand that relationships are assignments. So if you've already had some type of abuse, I don't know why this is coming up. If you've already had some type of abuse, and this is something that I also had to heal, and I'm still healing as well. You could have different kinks and things like that are, you could think is for your highest and greatest good, but it could just be something that's not necessarily normal to you, but it could be a way for you to suppress the trauma or what's really going on, all right? And you could have a partner, and they could think that they're doing something good for you by, engaging in these kinks or engaging in these, ways of doing things, but then you can have a resentment for them later on, or you can start to feel trapped or tricked or like a victim, all right? So definitely, look out for that as well. And that's why healing is so personal, because you have to take accountability for the ways in which you put yourself in, certain dynamics and situations that can later traumatize you more, or just traumatize you in general in a new way. So that's really what I'm getting here when it comes to relationships or assignments, and I make way for miracles. You might be changing up not only the way that you see yourself and the way that you put yourself out there, but also, like I said, the opposite house to the first house, the Aries house, is the Libra house, the house of relationships. So you could be having to change up the type of people that you're attracted to as well, right? And that's something that a lot of people will have to do, especially if you have trauma around those things, or if you've just made poor choices in the past around your sexuality, all right? Choices to trap you, choices that made you a victim out of lust, all right? Out of not knowing what care and support actually mean. You got bully coming out here for alchemy. This also could be, people bullying you around your body, around the way you look. All right, really healing that and letting go of self-imposed limitations and restrictions. You got goal, purpose, expectation, and destination. Yeah, you have places to be, people to see, things to do. And you have to be able to see yourself clearly. Clarify trap. Endorsement and marriage. Yeah, so you definitely could have blind at the bottom of the deck, awkward, unknown, vision problems. You definitely could have been, you could have gotten, yeah, based off of how you see yourself, your lack of worth or too much worth, whatever. You got feeling fear is a call for love, right? So all of these things definitely play a part into the type of relationships that we, you know, tell ourselves we are capable of getting into, and then that we attract, and then that we indulge in. Okay, so with the endorsement here, the way that you were seeing yourself, or the different sexual traumas that you had, like I just said, could have caused you to go into certain contracts with people, relationships that were not for your highest and greatest good. They could have been, you know, predators themselves, or they could have, you know, just engaged in certain activities with you, with the persuasion and the bribe here, that you ended up feeling resentment towards, or feeling sad about. It puts you in a deeper trauma bond, or a deeper traumatic state. Okay, I'm definitely getting the energy of here of like, and especially if you don't tell these people that you're in relationships with, okay, because like I said, it could have caused restrictions with how you show up in connections, and being vulnerable. All right, because you could think that somebody's going to take advantage of you. But if you're going to, consent is the major thing here, and if you're going to be in that type of dynamic with somebody where you're going to be intimate, you have to feel safe to be vulnerable with them emotionally. So this could be that too, really recognizing that if you can't be vulnerable emotionally with somebody, then you have no business being in a connection with them, in a intimate connection with them. All right, so you could be doing that too. Yeah, you got justice coming out for the care and cycles. So you could definitely be getting justice for yourself. And this can be friendships too. Team, connection, network, any type of connections. All right? Because your sexuality, it doesn't have to just be, again, with intimate connections. If you've been subjugated, if you've been abused in certain ways, you definitely have the ability to, if you don't heal it properly, you can have it can mess with your ability to create the proper boundaries. All right, you can even be in situations where you know you're in danger, you know that somebody is about to do something, or they will do something, and you don't protect yourself, all right, ahead of time, things like that. So I'm really getting that energy here. But Spirit is helping us to, or helping you to get into cycles where you're going to have justice, all right, where you're going to create justice for yourself. You're going to know what is just for you, what is equality, all right, what is logical, what is neutral and balanced for you. Yeah, with the bully energy here, you could have been around a lot of people who were taking advantage of you. They wanted to embarrass you, all right? They could have taken things that you told them about your past, about your sexuality, about different traumas you had, about different cycles you were in with the nightmare, and persecuted you. Use that to gossip about you, all right? Put you in darkness, make you suffer even more. I'm really getting that. But that says everything about them. That doesn't say anything about you, all right? So if you did show up in these connections and you were vulnerable with these people, and that also just takes me back to, you know, using your discernment, even if you could be doing healing around, you know, wanting to get over these situations that happened to you in the past, or any type of abuse, any type of trauma, any type of, you know, just situation where you're taking your power back. You could be doing the work to take your power back, but you could still fall into a connection with a friend or a relationship, a partner that doesn't have the best interest for you, and they could, you know, try to trap you or trick you, okay, with the blind at the bottom of the deck to stop you from reaching your goals. Yeah, natural disaster. So Spirit is going to help us to alchemize that energy and really getting in tune and really healing any emotional trauma. All right, any sexual trauma will help you to do that. Yeah, to not wear a mask and to not be in connections with people who are wearing a mask, who are deceptive, who are pretending with you. Why is the bully out here for alchemy? Gain and stop. Yeah, it's really time for the collective to make way for miracles. Stop being too nice to people. All right, stop being so compromising. Agreement, reconciliation, consideration, and reverse, especially the people who are not this way for you, who are not compromising. All right, who have no intention on reconciliating, being agreeable, being considerate, or they haven't been to you in the past. Fuck them. That's really what I'm getting. Let me get a cute. Oh, no, I already got these cards. Let me get the Kipper deck. All right. So, what messages do you have for the collective, spirit? Any other messages for the collective? Great fortune. And that's just really giving me the energy like your body is a temple, all right? You are the bag. So you don't have to compromise, all right? It's already known that you're a good person. Especially with people who already have they're committed to misunderstanding you. You got the Lovers out here. Yeah. So Spirit is definitely trying to give the collective justice with loving ourselves and with attracting the proper, healthy, balanced relationships. All right. In all aspects. Yeah, you got pathway. So you're on a divine path. You've been working hard. All right. So the collective is working, is ascending, is doing the work, and really recognizing that you're divinely guided, alchemizing any negative energy, seeing how you're the bag, all right, and really healing anything that is not reflective of that, because you recognize that it doesn't mean that you're not worthy. It just means that it's something that you need to heal. All right. Feeling fear is a call for love. So anything that you fear, yeah, you just have to do shadow work in regards to it. Give yourself grace. Understand that, okay, this is something that I need to work on. And making way for miracles and doing that. So I really love that for you guys. Let's go ahead and get some tarot. Got the Three of Pentacles. Reach out for the help you need when you need it. All right, then you got the Six of Wands. That's pride. All right, confidence. So yeah, this is really about, and I'm hearing that song, it's all about confidence, baby. So yeah, this is all really about knowing that you're the bag. All right, but again, it's all about interdependence, and how you show up and who you're connecting to. All right, so this all plays a part. Because when you do have these types of traumas and things like that, it also contributes to your trust issues, all right, mistrust. So really recognizing, you know, it's a balance of having self-worth and then also cooperation and teamwork. Not feeling like people are going to trap you, or people are going to victimize you or bully you or things like that, okay? Yeah, Page of Pentacles, this is a new journey for you. Focus on your goals to bring great success, ideas, opportunity, eagerness, curiosity. So yeah, you're curious to, you know, work on these things about yourself. You're curious to have better partnerships. You're curious to have justice for yourself. You're curious to have care. All right. Support, patron. All right. You know, this type of abuse and trauma can even affect you on down to like wanting to start a business and put yourself out there in those types of ways, wanting to start your own YouTube channel and put yourself out there in those types of ways. All right, because you fear what people will say about you. You fear the backlash that you'll get and how it'll affect you emotionally. Yeah, Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But it's like, who are you trying to win at all costs against? These are just fears. These are things that might happen. These are things that could happen. But you control your reality. Hangman. Look at the world from a different perspective. Yeah, waiting, sacrifice, hesitation, suspension, and recalibration. So you guys are recalibrating, alchemizing this energy, transmuting this energy. All right, anything that you have survived. And really recognizing that anything that you gained that was bringing stagnation to you, it was really for you to, yeah, recalibrate, for you to go within, like I said earlier. You got the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Obstacles, ignorance, pretense, threats, disempowered, and insecure. All right, so really getting away from that energy, moving out of that energy. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Yep, you got the Ten of Swords in reverse. Recovery, regeneration, rebirth, beneficial, improvement, advantage, and profit. So what did I say? This is here with the Great Fortune. All right. Three of Pentacles, Great Fortune, and Ten of Swords in reverse. You're no longer looking at things from that pessimistic space, from that space where you were unhealed, where you felt like the betrayal just happened, you know, because it's not to say that you never experienced betrayal or you never experienced these things, you know, these traumas, all right, but you're still worthy. They're not reflective. What happened to you is not reflective of who you are. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve balanced relationships. You deserve vulnerability. And if you do want to, you know, indulge in certain kinks and things like that, as long as it's from a healed space, then that's fine. But you want to do the work within to make sure that it's actually coming from a healed space, because you don't want to ruin connections that are actually powerful and that are and where people actually do care for you and they were only trying to make you happy. And, you know, once you reach you have another revelation or you finally have a breakthrough, you start to take things out on that person. And I don't know why I keep getting that. You got the High Priestess. Trust your own counsel first. Change, fluctuation, wisdom, sound judgment, common sense, awareness. Yeah, so here with the Lovers and the Page of Pentacles, this is really a new, you're using your intuition in a new way. You're starting your journey in a new way to you know, really balance out things in your life. All right, this could definitely be with the lover, but if you're not with the lover right now, this could be for, you know, the future. You're really recognizing how relationships are assignments, and you have to show up as well. So that means you have to, you know, do work, and it could be strenuous because of the different traumas and things that you've been through and experiences that you've had, but you got this. And that's when the divine feminine, or the divine masculine, comes in. War, conquest, victory, strife, ambition, structure, control. All right, really having control, really balancing out your divine feminine and your divine masculine. And that's where that compromise and reverse comes in. Agreement in reverse, reconciliation in reverse, collaboration in reverse, really getting into that divine masculine, knowing who's safe and who's not safe, knowing what's a safe environment and what's not a safe environment, knowing when you have to put up those boundaries and when you're safe to, you know, be vulnerable. Knight of Cups in reverse, manipulative, unreliable, fickle, moody, idle, sensual, and untruthful. Yeah, so these could have been people that you dealt with in the past because of these traumas and because of the way that you saw yourself, because of these restrictions, these emotional restrictions, or this imposter syndrome. You could have put yourself in situations, you know, dealing with these types of people who were unreliable, untruthful, all right, very lustful and moody. So maybe, yeah, they could have said that they loved you, but it was, you know, really sexual based, okay? And that's another thing, like when you have those types of traumas, and this is how, by not healing, you can traumatize yourself more, because when you have like sexual trauma and things like that, and you're putting yourself out there, and you're very loose with your sexuality, and then you start to attract women or men who only want you for your sexuality, and then you start to fall, yeah, you put yourself in a trap. You start to feel like you're a victim, you've been allured, you've been tricked, but that's the only thing that you gave, all right? And you have to recognize and understand how these people also have their own traumas, and they also have their shadow side. So you can't blame them for being them, the same way you can't blame you for the unhealed version of you. We all have to take accountability here. So I'm really seeing that here, and you just recognize that you survived, you know, certain things, and this is a new way for you to make miracles, make way for miracles in your life, a new chance for you to make way for miracles in your life, all right? You could have been bullying yourself here too, as well. Negative self-talk. Again, like I said, imposter syndrome. You got the Three of Cups here. So 3 and 3, Cancer energy out here with 3 of Cups. Celebrate your success with those you care about. Yeah. You definitely could have been putting yourself in situations with people who truthfully didn't care about you because, you know, of the trauma. And again, this can happen if this happened when you were a child, and maybe your parents could have put you in environments where they thought that they could trust these people, but really behind closed doors you were being taken advantage of. All right, with the Tower here, things like that happen all the time. 3 of Swords out here. Yeah. Pain, suffering, bitter truth, separation, strife, selfishness, heartbreak. So that those types of experiences really does not only does it mold a person, it takes time for it to heal, especially, you know, the younger that these things happen to you, your level of maturity, all right? Then on top of that, you could have been stunted, you know, in your maturity from those experiences. So I'm never here to victim blame. But then again, on top of that, like, you don't want to have idiot compassion, all right? Because these same things happen to other people, and then they become predators, and then they become people that victimize other people, all right? So it's just really about having that balance. Yeah, and with the 3 of Swords here, you had to have this realization about these cycles that you were putting yourself in, all right? Whether it was you making decisions, well, you were making decisions, but whether it was you being toxic and showing up in toxic ways, or it was lovers, family, friends, whatever. Clarify the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, death in reverse, stagnation, sameness, immobile, forced change. So yeah, these could have been people that really didn't like you for real. They probably just liked you for your body or for lustful reasons. Okay, they not wanting to move up in life, not wanting to take things to the next level in your connections, things like that. All right, and with this trauma or whatever, you could have been okay with it. You could have been just, you know, the type of person to just wait. Yeah, wait, be held bondage. All right, being your shadow self, act powerless, repress your emotions, repress your needs and wants, especially with the Saturn and Cancer being here. That's all about repressing needs and emotions. And especially with the compromise in reverse, that's all about not repressing your needs and emotions. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take that. All right, really being clear on your boundaries. So you're really alchemizing all of this energy. And I love that for you guys. So I'm going to get Goddess Oracle deck. Get a message. Get some messages from here for the collective. What's going on with the collective spirit? What messages? Do you have for the collective? We got intuition, sacred lust. What did I say? I just need one. Storms. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, awakening. And she's pregnant, so that's definitely divine feminine energy. 40, the number 4, Cancer energy. So yeah, with the intuition card out here and sexuality, when those things happen to you, it can really cause you to repress your emotions. All right, it can cause you to go into your shell. All right, you could have been a very lively, outgoing person, bubbly person, and then when this happens to you, you feel trapped. You feel, you know, in a box sometimes. All right, everybody doesn't handle things the same. Some people, they feel like this afterwards, but there's still a level of trauma and repression and emotional neglect. All right, so you can either, you know, really go within and isolate yourself and be overly like a what do I want to say? You can be like abstinent almost, or you can be very loose, right? It can affect everybody differently. Or you can be balanced, but there can be, you know, still other issues, right? In relationships or in friendships, in the type of the way you see yourself, the type of clothes you wear, how you show up, all those things, right? So this is all about all of that. But it can really disconnect you from your intuition. All right, being in partnerships or being in environments where people took advantage of you and your sexuality and the way that you loved them and the way that you made them feel. All right, and this could have been because of the way that you looked, because of the way that you talked or whatever, right? And that's another thing. Like, I've been seeing a lot of mostly women coming out just on YouTube, and I've been connecting with women. Because spirit will connect me with different you know, show me different creators so that I can see the different dynamics that are really going on and get a better insight. So I'll know, you know, more about what I'm talking about, because I already know things intuitively, but just to back up what I know, right? like my downloads and things that I get. And I've been seeing, like, you know, and even men who have transitioned, just people who have transitioned, right? Their sexuality, and they're now detransitioning, and they're coming out with their story, and they're telling their story. And a lot of what happened was that they were traumatized. They were taken advantage of from at a young age, and they started out, you know, if it was a girl, she started out, you know, dressing like a boy. She started out just as a tomboy, wanting to hide her body, cutting her hair, you know, so that boys won't find her attractive. All right, trying to essentially hide who she is, and then thinking that, you know, that trauma, when you don't heal it, or when you, because I'm not going to take away from, you know, the coping mechanisms and the things, the work that people may have done, but when you don't do it properly, all right, when the healing still needs healing, because sometimes our healing needs healing. Crazy, right? But no, when you're not connected to your intuition, and you're not hearing what your ancestors or what God is asking you to do, basically, and you start to do things, you start to move on your own accord, you start to do things that you think is going to help the situation, that you think is going to get you out of this trap, is going to get you out of this victimhood, all right? Is going to bring recovery and restoration and balance and rebirth and be beneficial and advance you, all right? It can backfire, right? And so now you have this case where so many people are detransitioning, and they're coming out and they're telling people, you know, really, really heal, do that shadow work, heal any sexual trauma or any type of trauma that can cause you to have identity issues, to cause issues with your identity, imposter syndrome, you feeling like you need to be somebody else, or whatever this is, okay? And with the sacred lust being out here with the Three of Swords and the Lovers, justice and care, all right, and cycles, Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess, I definitely feel like this could have been something that was taught. I'm going to cover this up because I don't want YouTube to mess me over, but this type of energy could have been something that you dealt with from a young age. Again, so many young girls and even young boys, but I'm not a you know, man, so I can't speak for them, but and how they feel. But I am going to speak on it because, you know, men, they go through that type of trauma as well, and it's not really talked about as much as it is with women, because grown women are supposed to be nurturers and caretakers, and yeah, this, right? So especially if it was your mother that put you in these situations. For some men, even their mothers are predators to them, right? I've seen that as well. It's disgusting for your own mother to try to throw you off sexually, to cause imbalances with your sexuality on purpose, because she has not done her own healing, right? And this can happen to women as well. When you don't feel safe within yourself, and when you feel like a victim, it can cause you to go out and make other people feel unsafe and make victims out of other people, because you have not done that healing. So I definitely just see you guys realizing this about these different cycles, and getting justice for yourself by putting yourself in the proper connections, in the proper environments with people who will support you, and people who are healthy and balanced. All right, and not lustful. They see their lust as something that is sacred. They see their body as something that is sacred. They use their intuition. They're focused on regeneration and recovery. And with the Oya here, storms, Scorpio energy. Again, all right, this is Scorpio energy. Yeah, transforming here. All right, and this is here with the bully and the natural disaster. That's a storm again. All right, so yeah, really taking accountability and alchemizing, transmuting any negativity or any, you know, giving yourself grace. Number one, first and foremost, for even being able to take a look at these cycles, or being able to take a look at what happened to you. All right, really face that, and maybe even speak out about it, or tell your truth. okay? Be vulnerable in certain ways. Be honest with people who you trust and who trust you, so that there can be, you know, changes, so that these changes can, you know, manifest for you in regards to how you show up and getting justice, all right, getting the proper support, making way for miracles, realizing that relationships are assignments and that you're worthy for healthy relationships. So for this message, I definitely got to get an Archangel Michael card. Definitely. This was very, very beautiful. I hope this helps somebody to understand that, you know, you are not what happened to you. All right. You are so strong. You are so beautiful, whether you're a man or a woman. Yeah, you got energy healing work. All right, we got God is in charge. Dear God, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. Yeah, you definitely want to pray for these people as well, okay? Because like I said, hurt people, and a lot of people that have these traumas and have these things happen to them, they go out and they do the same thing to other people. They traumatize other people. They make a victim out of other people, and that's not right. Right? And, you know, some people, and this could have been you too, you could have felt like you were a victim because you were a victim. You know, I'm just going to go out here and I'm going to break hearts. I'm just going to go out here and I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to put people in the same cycles that I was in, or in similar cycles. It doesn't have to be the same type of abuse, but, you know, other abuse, all right? Just not recognizing that relationships are assignments, not making way for miracles in your life, all right? Being a toxic person. You could have been the bully. Yeah, shield yourself. So yeah, really recognizing and setting proper boundaries now. I really see us doing that. Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle, and my home with your powerful shield. Surround us in your purple light, which only allows pure love to penetrate. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. So yeah, recognizing that you are safe. That's really a big energy here, all right? Because when these types of things happen to you, or just when you're being, all right, doesn't have to just be sexual trauma or sexual things. It could have been abuse, domestic abuse. You could have been abused by your parents. You could have just anything where you were vulnerable, where you were in a vulnerable situation, and people who were supposed to care for you and love you took advantage of you, all right, hurt you, harmed you in some way. And really placing the proper boundaries to protect yourself now, and doing the healing so that you can see yourself the way that God sees you, and move forward in an empowered way, from an empowered space. So yeah, that is what I see for the collective. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how it resonates down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.